Welcome to the Q4 e-tron. This is Audi's newest electric car. This is a small size SUV and it's electric. And it has some very cool technology, including an augmented heads-up display, which tells me where I'm going. As I'm driving down the road here, I can see floating in front of me an arrow telling me to turn left at the end. So I'm driving from where the cars all are down to Burford, and I've got a big arrow telling me to turn left as I drive down the road here, and that's pretty cool. This is the Q4 e-tron, and this is a really beautiful white example here. So this is available at SUV and Sportback. It starts at 40,750 for the standard SUV. Sportback is 42,250, and there are two battery sizes, 52 kilowatt hours and 77 kilowatt hours, 125 kilowatt fast charging. You can put 80 miles of range in just 10 minutes, and it's got a WLTP range of 316 miles. The Q4 35 e-tron is 170 PS, and the Q4 40 e-tron, which is what this is 204 PS. There's also a Q4 50 e-tron with 299 PS, which is quattro drive via two motors, front and back. And of course we have those amazing headlights, which, as I already showed you inside, can be customized to whatever you want them to be. There's 4 different choices, and that's pretty cool. Now obviously this is a very different car to the e-tron GT Quattro that I was just driving. This being an SUV, it's got a higher seating position. It feels it feels like an SUV. It feels like I've got a very comfortable seating position. The seats on this car are manual, whereas the e-tron GT was electric. Obviously these are also not leather, these are a material, but you know, they're really comfortable. The dashboard looks good. It's got a sort of metallic weave on it. It's not metal, but it doesn't look like plastic, so it's got a cool look, and it kind of bends away from you, very reminiscent to the new A3, S3, RS3, RSQ3 design, which this car is, I think, probably trying to be out of the same family of, even though it is a Q4 e-tron. It's got an interesting steering wheel. This is a hexagon, 6-sided, sort of squared off circle, and it's got capacitive buttons on the steering wheel, which I think are really cool. I've already mentioned the augmented heads-up display, but you know, that is super cool. On a really bright day today, it's not as bright as maybe I would want it to be. It's a tiny bit hard to read, but I think that's a minor quibble on a super bright, hot, sunny day, where at 3 p.m. it's still 30 degrees. And you know, it's very comfortable. It's going over the bumps like they're not there, although again, this is a very smooth road. I've got the virtual cockpit in front of me. Just really comfortable. Really comfortable. It obviously doesn't have that neck-breaking speed of the e-tron GT, or you know, I can only imagine what the RS e-tron is like, or you know, even the Porsche Taycan. It's fun to drive. It works really well. It's comfortable. I've got all the driver assistance features. You know, and this is a new segment in terms of this size. There isn't a Q4 as things are right now, but there is a Q4 e-tron, and it's just really comfortable. What about the specs of this car? There are 2 battery sizes available, 52 and 77. This has a WLTP range of 306 miles. This is the 204 PS Q4 e-tron, which has a range of 316 miles WLTP. So very similar actually to the e-tron GT that I was just driving. And there are 2 different battery packs, 55 and 77 kilowatt hours available. This car can also fast charge from 0 to 80% in 20 minutes. As for price, the Q4 e-tron starts with a 35 model at 40,750, going up in price if you go over to the Sportback, for example, which is even a bit more sporty than this model. Although, you know, the looks on this are very good. I can't have any complaints about that. And you know, in general, I love Audi's design. I think it all looks very cool and pretty spectacular to me. So one of the cool things about this car is you can change the daytime running light LED signature, and I can go between this design or this design, or this design, or this design, and then I just hit confirm, and on the front of the car it will change, so you can have your own setup daytime running light. So this is the first Audi with that ability. I would not be surprised if it comes to other Audis going forward, because it's a very cool idea. You can customize your daytime running lights. That is one very cool feature of the Q4 e-tron. What do I think of this Q4 e-tron? This is a really good medium-sized SUV, starting at £40,000. It's obviously in the premium area of the market, but with all the technology on it, it's very much future-proofing you for everything that could come. And with a range of around 316 miles, I have to see what it would be like in reality, but even if it was 216 miles, that would still be a good range. I am really impressed with this car. Now, the question is, Q4 e-tron or e-tron GT? I've taken them both out. Which would I buy? Well, they're very different cars, obviously. I don't think it's fair to compare them. The e-tron GT starts at 79,000, this starts at 40, so that's twice the price of this. It's a very different car. But having said that, it really depends on what you need in your home and what you need for your family. If you're after an SUV, you want something that isn't too big, but you want something really premium, then this is a great car to get, the Q4 e-tron. If you're after a more luxurious, sportback kind of design saloon, something with a bit more practicality, also electric and sporty, then get an e-tron GT. I think that's the simple answer to that question. Don't forget to give this a like and subscribe, and if you have any questions, let me know down below. Thank you very much and stay safe, everyone.